Hello, I'm Dr. Jhon P from the United States. I've been practicing hair restoration surgery for 27 years. And I'm proud to say that I'm the Global Medical Director for Kaloni Hair Restoration. And hair restoration surgery has been around since 1958. Well, when I was introduced to hair transplant surgery in 1990, all we had to offer were horrible disfiguring plugs and scalp reductions. And so I had the good fortune to meet with some patients who'd undergone some of these treatments, and they let me know how important it was for them to have hair. But every single patient said the same thing. They wanted to appear more natural. They wanted a natural coverage. And the opportunity just didn't exist in 1990. And I realized that the physicians who had been practicing hair transplant surgery since 1958 and the 1970s were not interested in change. They were not interested in making patients look normal and natural. And so that's how I got into the field of hair transplant surgery, with one singular purpose, and that was to create a more natural result by starting to do flicker unit transplantation, putting single hair grafts on the hairline, and learning how to maximize the yield out of the donor area, and proving that scalp reductions were inefficient ways to restore your hair. Well, over the years, I've had the good fortune to train physicians all over the world, from the United States to Australia, Singapore, Korea, China, Turkey, Greece, Italy, Belgium, the UK, Paraguay, Brazil, Mexico, and Canada. And what I've learned over that course of time is that as a physician, I can treat one patient a day. I can make one life better. But if I train other physicians, I can treat hundreds of patients every day. So my interest in joining Kaloni Hair Restoration was that they have offices all over the world, from Mexico to Brazil to Colombia to Spain, and also in Vienna. And they have plans to grow into many more markets, including the Middle East, throughout Europe, into more places in the United States and Asia. And they have a wonderful team of young doctors who are excited about the opportunity to make lives better. And so for me, it's a perfect fit as the Global Medical Director at Kaloni Hair Restoration. Our primary goal is to make patients' lives better all over the world. You know, back in 2003, no one outside of Ray Woods in Australia knew how to perform FUE. And Dr. Woods wouldn't train anyone. Well, the strip surgeons all over the world insisted that we couldn't get as good a result with FUE, that FUE wouldn't work, that the yields wouldn't be as good as with strip surgery. And I set out to disprove them. And so I began to develop the instruments and techniques to perform FUE. And I've taught more physicians who've taught more physicians than anyone in the world how to perform FUE. Now, in 2003, there were no instruments available to perform FUE. So I developed them, and I've sold them throughout the world. Instrumentation is essential to get the optimal results with hair restoration surgery, but especially with FUE. And there are numerous instruments we can create that are going to produce a much better result for all patients all over the world. And I partnered with Kaloni Hair Restoration to ensure that every office has the highest quality instruments available to perform follicular unit extraction, and to give patients a natural result with the best possible coverage with their own natural growing hair. But technology doesn't stop there. Innovation continues with medical therapy, follicle stem cells, growth factors, platelet lysate, cytokine-rich plasma. And all of these innovations help to ensure that patients get much better results. And today we work with follicle stem cells and extracellular matrix to actually produce regeneration of hair follicles in the donor area, where we take them to move to the recipient area. So it's an exciting time with numerous technologies that we're adding all over the world through Kaloni Hair Restoration, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. Well, Mexico City is one of the most culturally diverse cities in the world. There are people that live and work here from all over the world. Europe, United States, everywhere. And why? Because it's the third largest city by population in the world. There's so much to do here that if you came, you couldn't see and do it all. You have museums, botanical gardens, markets, you have wonderful shopping. The restaurants here are very, very good. In fact, if you were to go to restaurants where staff had trained in Michelin-rated restaurants, you couldn't eat at all of it. There's so much to do that when you come, you'll never get a chance to do it all. So, Kaloni Clinic is an excellent opportunity to restore your hair and get a great value and feel more confident in your life because you have your hair back. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to introduce you to Kaloni Hair Restoration. We look forward to hosting you here in Mexico City at the Kaloni Hair Restoration Center.